Hello, I hope everyone is doing well. Today we're going to talk about the process of songwriting and rhyme schemes. So, when it comes to songwriting, rhymes are an essential part of the formula. Rhymes create structure within songs, place emphasis on specific thoughts, and are incredibly pleasing to the ear. However, trying to think of the perfect rhyme scheme can lead to some serious writer's block. What is writer's block? It's basically a period of time where you're not feeling very inspired. I'm sure all of you who have written songs before or written poems or anything, you guys have all felt at a point that you just don't feel like writing anything. So that's what a writer's block is. To some, transforming thoughts into colorful rhymes comes easily. However, to most, finding the perfect rhyme is something that requires brainstorming. That's sitting around and thinking of what you can write about, how you can tell your story through song. So, I'm going to try and help you become more comfortable and efficient with rhyming by sharing some different rhyme schemes with you. You can use different formats as a base for your songwriting, as well as a resource when you get stuck. Alright, before I get into it, I should mention that these rhyme schemes apply to end rhymes. Now, what are end rhymes? An end rhyme is defined as when a poem or verse has lines ending with words that sound the same. So we spoke a little bit about what a verse and chorus is in the last video. End rhymes are the M rhymes used in songwriting as opposed to internal rhymes, which are two or more rhyming words occurring within the same line. Two or more words appearing in the middle of two separate lines, or sometimes in more. A word at the end of a line rhyming with one or more words in the middle of the following line. Internal rhymes can be fun to experiment with in songwriting, but end rhymes are the rhymes that define the structure of the song. Alright, so the first one we're going to talk about is the AAAA rhyme scheme. So this is a scheme in which every line rhymes in the song. A great example of this can be found in the verses of Hello by Adele. Let me play this for you. So I'm going to play Hello by Adele, and we are going to explore how every line rhymes.
Here and I think I'm using signal already. Hello? Can you hear me now?
Alright, there you go. There you go.
Hello,
Hello.
it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to me to go
over everything.
They say that time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing.
Alright, so let's examine the lyrical structure of that song. Okay, the AAAA rhyme scheme. Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet, to go over everything. They say that time's supposed to heal you, but I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, and then the next few N words are be, free, and feet. So, in song, all ending words don't have to exactly rhyme. For example, meat and everything. But when you're singing it, it's a little bit different. So, meat, everything, you can make it sound the same. So that is an AAAA rhyme scheme. Okay. This type of rhyme scheme can also be found in songs with more than 4 lines in a verse or chorus. Ed Sheeran's The A-Team is a fantastic example of the AAAA form, and he even sneaks in an internal rhyme that fits nicely in the song structure. So, what are the lyrics for that? Let's examine them. And they say, she's in the class 18. But she's stuck in her daydream. But this way since 18. Face seams, wasting, pastries. So as you can see, when you're singing that song, the end of them all rhyme, all the N words. Okay. Though the AAAA rhyming scheme is great to experiment with, you should be fairly cautious of your rhymes sounding too forced or too repetitive. So yeah, you can't always have, or you can't really have the same word at the end of every line because then it becomes too repetitive. Alright, the next type of rhyme scheme we're going to examine is the ABAB rhyme scheme. Okay, so in a 4-line verse, an ABAB rhyme scheme would mean that lines 1 and 3 share a rhyme, and lines 2 and 4 share a different rhyme. An example of ABAB can be found in the verses of Toto's song, Africa. Alright. I hear the drums echoing tonight, but she only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlight wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. So what's happening here? The first and the third lines are rhyming, tonight and flight. But the second and the fourth lines are also rhyming, conversation and salvation. So that is what we call an ABAB rhyme scheme. And as you can see, A and A, those are the ones that rhyme, and B and B, those are the ones that rhyme. Okay, ABAB form is commonly used in traditional poetry and songs. The traditional English tune Scarborough Fair demonstrates this rhyming pattern. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to the one who lives there, for once she was a true love of mine. You see how it's again ABAB? The ABAB form works well with 4 lines, but you can also make it 6, 8, or any other number. Alright, the third type of rhyme scheme we're going to be exploring is the AABB rhyme scheme. In the AABB rhyme scheme, 1 and 2 rhyme. Lines 3 and 4 share a different rhyme. An example of AABB is found in This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. Alright. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching onto the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. See how that goes? The first 2 lines are rhyming, and the 3 and 4 are also rhyming, sorry. Okay, so that's AABB. Another song you can find the AABB rhyme scheme in is Bye 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 by NSYNC. Don't want to be a fool for you, just another player in your game for 2. You may hate it, but it ain't no lie. Bye, bye, bye. don't really want to make it tough. I just want to tell you I've had enough. It might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie. Bye, bye, bye. You see? Okay. AABB works very well in the choruses of songs. So, if you're ever stuck on a catchy hook, try using this form to push you through. The XAXA rhyming scheme means that the rhyming of lines 1 and 3 don't matter as long as lines 2 and 4 rhyme. So think of lines 1 and 3 at the beginning of a thought, and lines 2 and 4 as the end. This is a great way to structure some phrasing within your songs. You can find the XAXA form right at the beginning of Let It Go from Frozen. The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen, a kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. So, as you can see, the 1 and 3 are not rhyming. Tonight and isolation. But 2 and 4 are rhyming. Scene and queen. And that mixes things up a little bit, makes it a little bit less repetitive, and also is cohesive because the 2 and 4 are the ends of the thoughts, and those are the ones that rhyme, if you would like to use that form. Another example of the XAXA form can be found in the classic holiday favorite, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose. You would even say it glows. Reindeer and saw it don't rhyme. Okay, a rhyme scheme. They have a line, either line 2 or 3, that does not rhyme with the others. An example of this rhyme scheme can be found in the second half of the chorus, Grenade by Bruno Mars. Notice how the first for you, throw my head on that, is baby. That's not the same as same. Using the AXAA or AAXA form can be a great way of breaking up too much repetition. You've also probably found yourself in some instances where you can't think of the perfect rhyme. Instead of spending hours and hours, try to think of one word. Try and keeping the line you have and putting an X in the form. Alright, another one is the AAAX rhyme scheme. That means everything rhymes except for the very last line in the verse. Often this last line has a completely different amount of syllables as the 3 lines before it. An example of AAAX form can be found in Fix You by Coldplay. When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you need what you get but not what you need, when you feel so tired that you can't sleep, stuck in reverse. So that is the one that doesn't rhyme. When the tears come streaming down your face because you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste, what could be worse? So that, the last line again, is not rhyming. So that is the AAAX. Another example of the AAAX is the iconic Louis Armstrong tune, What a Wonderful World. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. If you look at the big picture of both of these examples, you could also label them AAAB, since reverse and worse rhyme in the Coldplay example, and world is used twice in What a Wonderful World. Similar to the AXAA and AAXA rhyming schemes, AAAX is a great way to break up repetitive sounding rhymes. It is also a perfect way to emphasize a particular line or lyric. Yes, there are some songs in which none of the words rhyme. XXXX is the rhyming scheme used with no rhymes, and it can be tricky to pull off. In some instances where this rhyme scheme is used, there must be more focus placed on the rhythm and the flow of the lyrics. Hey Jude by the Beatles is an example of this form. Notice how there is some use of internal rhyming, so the verse isn't completely absent of rhymes. Hey Jude, don't let me down. You have found her, now go and get her. Remember to let her into your heart, and you can start to make it better. Right, so that one, none of them rhyme, but internally, not on the last word of each line in the song, but internally, before that, that's what I mean by internal rhyming. Some of the words are rhyming there. Okay. And finally, similar to Hey Jude, Ed Sheeran also uses this internal rhyme in his XXXX verse of I See Fire from The Hobbit, The Desolation. Okay, so you will also notice that this verse tells a story, so it pulls the listener along without the use of rhymes. If this is an end in fire, then we should all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night. Calling out for rope sent by, and we will. Watch the flames burn on the mountainside. So see, some of the other words are rhyming, like high and night, and sent by, and mountainside. But they're not all the last letter in the line. So that's why end rhyme scheme, that those are not rhyming, and that's why it still sticks to the XXXX form of rhyme scheme. Many times your songs will have verses or choruses that exceed 4 lines. You can repeat any of the previously listed rhyme schemes to fit your verse, or you can work with a combination. Alright, let me see. Although many songs follow some sort of rhyme scheme, there is no definite right or wrong way to rhyme your lyrics. These rhyme schemes are designed to help and guide you in your songwriting and not to restrict you. So, practice using these rhyme schemes when you start to write songs. Start this week by writing a poem and follow which rhyme scheme you're using. Choose one of the rhyme schemes that I just told you about and write a poem or a song. If you haven't written a song ever before, you can start by writing a little poem about whatever you're feeling or whatever is around you, and follow which rhyme scheme you want to use. Thank you, kids, for joining me, and I'll see you guys next week.